everybody, it's Amy Graham, the Badass Valkyrie, and welcome to the Finding 52 vlog. For those of you who have been with me since I started this year, welcome to week number 8. It is crazy to me that we've made it this far. For those of you who are just starting this out, which you can start at any point in time, there is no, official start date or anything like that. This actually started in 2018 on my 52nd birthday, and I was driving back from Boise, Idaho, from visiting my best friend, and I thought, I'm turning 52. There's got to be some sort of, big challenge that I can give myself. Because on my 50th birthday, I wanted to have 50 firsts in my 51st birthday. And up to my 51st birthday. So I did 50 things that I'd never done before. And so for my 52nd birthday, I decided that I would take 1 hour a week and do something for myself that was outside of my norm, and do some sort of self-care every week for 52 weeks. I was just turning 52 weeks in a year. It just seemed like the perfect storm. Well, I did that, and I had a great time doing it, and I had some of my followers here from YouTube that were joining me, and then I decided for my 53rd birthday that I would create the Finding 52 challenge for real, and I've built a Facebook group around it, and I am going to be presenting on it for the first time in the first weekend of April at SpiritCon here in Utah, and I have plans for a lot of different things going forward, but basically it is finding a 1 hour at least, one solid hour in a week that you do something for yourself, for you, that is self-care, and something that is outside of your normal realm of, whatever. If, just sitting on the couch and watching TV, if that's something that you don't normally get to do, great. But if it's something that you do every night and you're going, I'm just going to pick this one show. No. Do something that is specifically for you, 1 hour a week. And if you feel like that you cannot find an hour every week to do something specifically for yourself, you're the one that needs it the most. So it can be anything. I have gone to coffee shops. I have read a book that I have not had time to get to. I have done my nails. I have gone and gotten a massage. I have gone and wandered the library. I have gone shopping. But one of the things that I do kind of challenge those who are new to this is don't make it all about buying yourself stuff. We can all do that. And I was the queen of that. But do something that you can have something mindful around. Something for that hour that you can take yourself out of your normal day-to-day routine and reset and reconnect with yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of others. And I can promise you that's true. So this journey is all about you and how you decide to spend that hour once a week to take care of yourself, so that you can take care of other people, so that you can recharge and, reconnect with yourself so that you can connect with other people. So that's my spiel about what Finding 52 is. And then weekly, I put out a vlog like this, usually on Mondays, and there is a weekly focus. And it's not something you have to do. And if you haven't done it in the past, don't feel guilty about it, because judgment-free zone, I promise. It's just something to remind you about certain things that can help you on your self-care journey. So the first week we did sleep, and trying to get between 6 and 8 hours of sleep per night. The second week was movement, and it was getting more movement than you are used to in your day, adding steps, going for a walk, going for a run, whatever is adding more movement than you were normally used to. Then we had kindness, and that included being kind to yourself. So when you look in that mirror and you see things that you don't like, be kind and try to find things that you like about yourself, and try to tap down the negativity that is all around us all the time, and try to put as much kindness out into the world as you can. Then there was water, and getting as much water as you can. I have a big jug of, it's a hydro flask that I use. I try to get between 100 and 112 ounces of water per day. I have not been as successful as I would like to, but that is something that I've been focusing on for the month. But the general easiest way to figure out how many ounces of water you should get per day is take your total body weight, cut it in half, and that's how many ounces you should get. There's a lot of different calculators out there, and the standard 64 ounces of water a day doesn't really cut it for most of us. So trying to add more water every day and give your body what it needs, it was one of the weeks. And then we had health. Health was making sure that you were paying attention to your body. One of the things as an extreme athlete and as a senior extreme athlete that I have had to do is pay attention to my body and realize exactly what's going on. And I've been recovering from a neck injury, and I just had my ablation done last month. And as of last week, I have officially been cleared to go back to fighting, and not full medieval combat fighting, but my reenactment fighting. The other fighting is sadly in my past because of after 4 concussions. My doc's like, yeah, no, you don't get to do that anymore. But I have also been cleared to go ahead and start training back running. I can get back into the pool, and I can get back on the bike. So we're not sure exactly if I'm going to need to do the left side or not, but they have left that up to me. So if it ends up being more painful than I expected, because once I got the right side done, I then noticed that I did have pain in my left. But when my right side hurt so bad, I was like, no, this one's fine. Yeah, not so much. However, it's not bad enough that I need to go in right away. So we shall see where everything goes and how it falls out with my full-on running training. I have a half marathon on April 18th. And I just signed up for a 10K on March 14th, which is 2 days before I fly out to Gulf Wars, which is a big, giant reenactment festival, I guess for lack of a better word, in Louisiana. And they sent me an email, and I was like, ooh, I'll be here. I can do that. So I'm going to run a 10K in prep for my half marathon on March 14th. As I'll be flying out on March 16th. So I will be good and ready. And then the last, after health, those of you who are new here, I go off on tangents. Just a wee little bit. Part of what health was also was if there was some sort of medical testing that you've been putting off, like a colonoscopy or a mammogram or a pap smear or a dental cleaning, all of that, it was get that off your plate. Get it scheduled, at least. I got my pap smear scheduled. I have my dental cleaning scheduled. I do not have my colonoscopy scheduled because they're still trying to determine if I need to have another one. Because the first 2 were a failure because of my blockage. So they're trying to determine when I should go back in and get it done. So I tried, but I did get everything else that was on my list to get done. Then the next week we had self-confidence, self-worth, and self-esteem, which can go back to looking in the mirror and being kind to yourself. Having self-confidence helps your self-esteem and also increases your self-worth. So it kind of builds onto each other, and being who you are and not trying to please everyone else in the world around you is kind of where that focus was, is be self-confident with who you are. Whoever that may be who you are supposed to be, and take control of your own life, take responsibility for your own life, and do what you need to do to get that step into self-confidence. I spent the first part of my life being afraid of everything and shying away into a corner. I spent my 20s and 30s trying to stay out of everybody's way because I was 450 pounds and I wanted to take up as little space as possible. And I would just kind of shut down and cave into myself. And in my 40s, I just kind of came out. I was just like, boom, here I am. And there is no putting me back in my tiny little box ever again. Ever again. And so I am who I am. I love what I love. My husband is like, there's no change in you, which I'm very glad he has not tried to do that. And it's just me. And part of that was, developing who I was, learning to love who I was, and being okay with who I was and who I have become. And yes, I have all of that stuff that's in my past that I wouldn't go back and change, because that has made me the woman that I am today, and I'm very proud of that person. So I am who I am, and that ain't going to change anytime soon. Then we had last week's, which was Morning Pages, which was something that was developed by Julia Cameron, and she talked about it in the Artist's Way. And it is the process of just stream of consciousness writing. And you wake up every morning and you spend 10 to 15, 20 minutes writing out. Her ideal is 3 pages of longhand, just stream of consciousness. There's no theme. There is no way you're supposed to do it. And in fact, she literally says there is no wrong way to do morning pages. And I've been doing them since Christmas Day, 2019. And they have literally changed my life. I am so much more calm. I don't have bouts of anxiety. I just, my day is chill. And I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about how I deal with stress, with struggle, with friends, with everything. And it has just been very therapeutic for me. And I have been doing it with my Miracle Morning. And now it's all kind of just involved into my morning routine. And so there are various, I will, down below, I was like, I'm just going to link them all up here, but I can't. I can only link one. So I will list out the Finding 52s. And someone actually pointed out to me this past week that I had not put the topic or the focus for the week in the actual videos, in the titles. And so I will go back and I will add those in so they're a little bit easier to find. But getting to the long roundabout way of this week's focus is going to be on fun. Because we have gone through all of these other things. And one of the most important things that I find in my life is that if it's not fun, I don't want to do it. Plain and simple. Now, those of you who've been with me for a little while know that my levels of fun are a little odd for a middle-aged white woman who just decided that she wanted to become a fighter. And I did. And not just any fighter, but a sword fighter. But it was one of the best changes of my life. And I did not start fighting until I was 46. And I captained the first women's USA women's team into the World Championships in Spain, in Belmonte, Spain. And that was in 2014. And I spent the next 5 years fighting, captaining teams, at times being the only female fighter from the United States competing. And it was a wild, crazy time, and I wouldn't change a minute of it. And honestly, if I could still do it, I would. In a minute. Oh, I miss it so much. And it has been a hard transition, especially having that level of fun combined with that level of adrenaline. It does my little heart so much good. And I apologize if you're hearing my husband talking in the background. He is sitting there talking to our dog, who is almost 15 years old. And she's a little Yorkie, and she's a little deaf, we've kind of found out. So if you hear little clapping and stuff like that, that's what's going on in the background. But yeah, this week is going to be focused on fun. I am not going to sit here and tell you what your fun is, because I know my level of fun, as I just said, is not going to be everybody's level of fun. But without fun, life can just be very, very dull. And I don't care if it's sitting at your desk gaming, if you love to do tabletop gaming, if you love gardening, whatever it is that you enjoy and you find happiness in, that is something that you should try to do. And if you can incorporate fun into what you are doing for your Finding 52 this week, that's even better. A lot of times my self-care it is fun, but sometimes I look at it as more utilitarian. But some days I just love sitting on my couch and petting my cats and reading a book and just enjoying myself. Some days it could be watching somebody else gaming. One of my favorite streamers, Grand Spartan, he streams 7 Days to Die, which is right now my favorite video game. And it's a post-apocalyptic zombie killing game, which I love. As a matter of fact, The Walking Dead starts again tonight. I'm so excited. So excited. I also enjoy Star Trek and the new Picard series. So sometimes it could be doing that, but that's not really outside my norm. But starting to work on a new the warrior nun, the Romulan warrior nuns. Let me just say, Amy has a new cosplay. I am so about that. I was like, Romulan warrior nuns, sign me up. Well, you're totally out for that. And so, and their outfits are just amazing. So cool. So cool. And they fight for lost causes. They're these fighter warrior ninja nuns. And I'm just like, this could not be any more perfect for me. So yes, I am a giant science fiction nerd, but you can also see how excited it makes me and how happy it makes me. Baby Yoda. The Mandalorian. I love it. And I cannot tell you how excited I am to make little Mandalorian, the child, Baby Yoda, Kevin, whatever you want to call him, little stickers on my Cricut. I'm so excited. I have all of these plans in my head about what I'm going to do with the Cricut, and I'm like, oh, I have like Valentine's Day cards and Christmas cards and birthday cards and all these things that, wrap around all of like my favorite science fiction things. And I'm like, oh, I could do a whole series of this thing. So there may be a very eclectic Badass Valkyrie Etsy shop somewhere in my future. I don't know. But if any of these ideas come to fruition and I'm able to actually make it work from my brain to the computer to the Cricut, it could totally become a thing. Just saying. So just finding something that you have a passion about, that you love, and that's fun, is what this week is all about. So it will kind of flow into the following week. So just kind of keep that in the back of your head. But something that brings you joy and happiness and that you get excited about. It could be any level of fandom. It could be any level of anything. If you're a soccer fanatic, great. Go to a soccer game. Do something. Go have fun. Because life is hard enough without fun. And I cannot imagine my life without having fun. My husband and I have so much fun together every day. Every day. It doesn't matter whether we are going out, whether we're in, whether we're laying in bed and our cat does something stupid. We sit there and laugh and have joy together with our little tiny fur baby family. And we love it. And it's fun. I mean, going to Costco together is fun. We enjoy it so much. Maybe not when there are crowds and there are stupid people everywhere walking down the middle of the aisle. Let me just give this public service announcement. Treat the aisles like you're driving. It would make life so much easier. Don't walk down the middle of the aisle. It makes people like me crazy. And as many of you know, my fun involves violence. Ah! Anyway, but just do something fun this week. And let me know what you do down below or in the Facebook group. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, feel free to join us. Let me know that you found it through my video channel, or you can put it on the community page. I know I have not been great at remembering that that's there because I wish I could set myself reminders. Who knew? You could write that down in your planner, Amy. Bing! So I will try to be better about putting it up into the community page as well. But in fact, I will probably go put that in right after this video as it's uploading. But anyway, before, I get past the 25-minute mark, this week's focus is about fun. So if you want to incorporate it into your Finding 52, even better. So there you have it. And I hope that you guys have done well with your morning pages. If you tried the morning pages and they've worked out, or even if they didn't work out, let me know down below, because I would love to know if you tried them. And again, it doesn't take anything special, just paper and a pen or pencil or a crayon for that matter. But let me know if you saw a difference when you did them. Okay? I hope you guys have a great day. And as always, spend the rest of your life celebrating, because again, life should be fun. Anyway, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.